Hello, this is an old fork that I used to lock the bearing in place. So this is about the same. If you put the T-case on, the bearing will be locked in place, but I have used the fork just to show you. It's only temporary. I have not put the main shaft, the main gear in place and the castle nut tight. I did not do that because I'm sure the shaft is against the snap ring. So it's fully back, but you have to put the T-case, the main shaft gear and the castle nut tight to do the checks. This is second gear. Now it's neutral. You can see the second gear can turn loose on the main shaft. The blocking ring is loose here. It has some slop. You see the slop? That's normal slop. Same for the third gear. The third gear has the same amount of slop. You see that? That's how it should be. They sit loose and they have to have some slop. Now you see I can turn the input shaft, I can turn the main shaft freely, and I can turn the second gear. This because the counter gear is not installed. It's not necessary to install the counter gear. It's better not doing that. So you see the bearing has some play. It's a new bearing, but still it has some play. You can see the gears moving from left to right, axial play. This is completely normal for a ball bearing. It has to have some play, otherwise it's not good. So this is normal. This is normal slop from the bearing. The second gear has to turn on the main shaft. It has to have some play also, axial play. If you look carefully, you can see it moving from left to right on the main shaft about 1 or 2/10 of a millimeter. This is how it should be. Now I'm going to engage second gear. The notches are working against me. Now second gear is engaged. You cannot turn the second gear free from the main shaft. It's engaged. Because there is no counter gear, the input shaft can still rotate freely, but that's only to show how things work. You see the shifter plates have a bubble, and the bubble has to sit under the clutch sleeve. Otherwise it's not good for second gear. We do not have the forks in place, so the clutch sleeve can go further as it should, but this is normal. The bubbles may not come from under the clutch sleeve, otherwise it's not good. You can see the slop from the blocking ring from third gear. It sits loose. Now I'm going to put it in neutral again. You have to hear it clicking. Click. That's when the shifter plates, the bubbles from the shifter plates are in the groove from the clutch sleeve. So now everything is neutral again. You see the blocking ring has to sit loose again and it has some slop. You see? That's how it should be. Now the second gear is free again. Same for third gear. We can shift to third gear. And this is how it should be. With the shifter forks installed, it will sit like this. Now there are no shifter forks and I can push it too far. And now the bubbles from the shifter plates are free. This is not good. If the shifter rail is installed with the fork, this is not good. It has to sit under the clutch sleeve. You see? This is how third gear is engaged. This is how it will be with the shifter rail in place. So now you see, I have locked the third gear. So the third gear is taking the main shaft with it. You cannot turn it free again. You see? This is third gear. This is direct. The RPM from the engine is going directly to the T-case. So this is third gear engaged. Now we're going to slide back to neutral. I put it in neutral again. Click. The notches, the bubbles from the shifter plates are in the groove again. And now the synchro has to sit loose with a small amount of slop. You see the slop? This is good. Now if we would put a slinger here, we would bring the main shaft with the amount of the thickness of the sheet metal from the slinger more forward. Then the whole assembly will come closer to the input shaft and the slop from the synchronizer blocking rings will disappear. If you put the slinger, you have to check if the blocking rings still have some slop. Not much. This is a little bit more than necessary, but it's good, it's no problem. But if you put the slinger, the slop will be less. But still, the block rings have to sit free. This is very important. If they drag, the block rings will heat and wear, and that's not good. So you need to have some slop. That's how it should be. Okay.